Good afternoon. And following on from Dan's talk, the focus of this presentation will be on my experience working in the community. As a trustee, as partnership chair and current project lead of Tang Big Local, which is a deprived area just outside of the centre of York, I will reflect on how my childhood experience of community activism served to influence my philosophy and shaped my attitude to social capital and infrastructure, followed by some examples of what we have done to make our area a better place to live. I was brought up in a post-war Polish immigrant community in Huddersfield. Wartime loss and dislocation underpinned a strong desire to develop community connection with each other and their new country. Many were well educated and brought with them the ability to organise and reflect their values in how they made their community work for them. I saw a passion and a commitment to make things work. People turned up time and again and did what they could with what they had. It took years to develop, and my generation reaped the benefit of what they were able to establish. So when it came to my time as a community leader, I took what I learned as a child and in a business career as a basis to help develop a local plan which allowed residents and stakeholders to learn what it means to build community capacity. We started with local assets that needed support and upgrading, a lack of community engagement, poor connections, be they economic, digital or organisational. So Tang Big Local focused on providing a quality baseline for our activities. People in deprived areas want and deserve to have the same as those with more affluence. We worked with key stakeholders in our area. The relationship with our local authority and many local organisations enabled our project to upgrade its offering, with collaboration and co-production, maintaining and improving relationships with those who agreed with our outlook. With a 10-year programme, we were able to live and learn. Now on our third plan, we're building on the ups and downs of our early years. We know we're lucky with our guaranteed funding compared to others, and we're immensely grateful for the stability and opportunity to work on the short and longer term and to think about developing our legacy. So what did this look like on the ground for us? It was about building confidence and resilience as individuals, and as an organisation, it's been the cornerstone of our plan. For us, it's about showing in our actions what community confidence looks like. Not being afraid to make decisions, be they right or wrong. To create an atmosphere of friendly welcome at all times. Of knowing when to say no, to not being pushy or obvious, in asking for feedback to help us improve our offer. To be willing to hear criticism and respond with grace and dignity, and to understand where others are coming from and be willing to listen. We're very aware of the need for well-being support and that mental health issues in our area are often untreated. We wanted to create a safe space. It took 3 years to build up a response to our quality food events where we would not compromise on quality. A local chef with his cooking course resident alumni created weekly meals from seasonal food brought from local farms. It all looked a bit weird and fancy, and yet despite all the misgivings, it took off with our families. They would be amazed at the quality and would ask chef for the recipe. Leftover food was taken home and supplemented with fresh fruit. Our message was, we care enough to give you the best. We didn't shout out about it, but it was there in our attitude and in our delivery. Residents knew we would always provide something worth having. This was after years of, if it was free, it's going to be a bit rubbish. We had the confidence to try and knew it may fail, but it was always worth giving it a go. Building relationships with residents and stakeholders has and is the bedrock of improving community capacity for us. I spend most of my time developing and maintaining relationships, connecting individuals and organisations, looking strategically, and as an individual who's in it for the long haul. There's a lot of potential for conflict, misinformation and power broking. not good for an area where people are vulnerable and may lack the social skills needed to keep community cohesion. Setting egos aside can be challenging, but worthwhile, as it ultimately means more efficient outcomes as people argue less and do more. Our plans were based on many consultations and delivered via a resident-led partnership and multi-agency collaboration using local area coordinators to support the most vulnerable in our area. This is what has made social capital work for us, handing back control to communities and individuals who know what works in their area, helping those in most need and giving a sense of power, which shows the importance of making everything we do stick. We want to make sure communities themselves are empowered to drive change. This needs secure funding and time to develop and deliver, and the space to make mistakes. During the pandemic, we worked with a local authority and food-based organisations to deliver food parcels and prescription delivery in our area. We found ourselves getting to know our residents and stakeholder organisations in a much deeper way, which has created an amazing community bonding and given us over 70 new volunteers. We're very proud of what we've achieved, and it's shown us the power of people coming together with a shared mission. So what do we do to improve social capital and infrastructure in our area? We support the aspirations of residents via community grants, directed commissions, training and volunteer opportunities that add to their skill set and employability. We've delivered a varied programme of activities such as food-based events, make and take craft days, fun days to provide locally accessible opportunities to have fun and meet neighbours. Not so much tailoring of events, but encouraging residents to make lasting change in their lives. We support the hyper-local economy through grants and use their products and services where possible, and we help to develop social enterprise with mentoring and financial support via a project with Unlimited. We work with the local authority and organisations such as Citizens Advice and link workers to improve outreach and access to benefits and services and refer people to the help they need with the aim of having a one-stop shop locally. We support local facilities such as community centres to improve or upgrade their offer, to be part of a community hub and to link organisations together on the ground. Having good quality green space close to home has also been a focus of our plan and will be a significant part of making the most of our assets as part of our legacy. We use social media in a positive way to encourage connection, celebration, and the sharing of local knowledge in a supportive way, whilst also being aware of those who are offline and digitally excluded. We offer inclusion support and training as much as we can. We've commissioned programmes that directly support groups such as the Detached Youth Work Project, where the aim is to develop a longer-term Improving Lives legacy. Throughout all this, our approach has been to have patient compassion, to offer the best, relevant and most up-to-date information, to be friendly, welcoming, confident and firm where necessary, to be alert to opportunities and share ideas that may help to make our area a better place to live, and to be kind. Thank you.